I knew that wasn't true.
It's
John and Rachel.
Yeah, it's the late night version of your Jagoff, and we appreciate everybody coming down to 5 Foster Plaza any Friday night, unless you see on our calendar and somehow it's moved to a Thursday. 5 Foster Plaza, 5 to 6 p.m. This is where we record this portion of the show, and we always have some little cocktails or some snacks and things like that, which we have tonight. So
we're so excited.
Yes.
Talk about the blog so I can get to my snacking.
Yes, so the blogs, first of all, we always point out people that are just not being nice to other people, and so are embarrassing the rest of us Pittsburghers. First was the Leechburgh Baseball Association had a bunch of wood stockpiled that they were going to remodel the baseball booths and the dugouts for the kids, and somebody decided to come and steal the wood from them.
Who does that?
Yeah, right. Who does that? Right.
Does
the good news is Pittsburgh is the community gathered together, but really, I mean, you go in there and steal the kids' wood. Like, what are you going to build with that? No, like one of your neighbors isn't going to notice.
Yeah.
All right.
This is where John gets mad.
The other thing is that when you go to the hotel and it's really cool, it's a clean room and they point the toilet paper in like a nice little arrow.
Providence Point always did that too.
If you look at the picture that we have on the blog, I went to a Hampton Inn and I forgot to disguise it. No, really, I went to a Hampton Inn, and both rolls of toilet paper, because they cover themselves, is really good, but both of them were pointed, but both of them had about 8 sheets of toilet paper on them.
These are the things
you took the time to point the toilet paper, but you didn't replace it.
Oh, what a monstrosity.
So anyways, yes.
2 Johns left is what I've been waiting for my whole life. So John and we've told you, we have been really watching what we're eating, and then it was, oh no, but Lauren is coming tonight, and I said, it's okay. I will fake run or something so that we can work on this. But Lauren, the joke in the whole podcast fam has been, I stalked you a little bit. I was like, does this owner exist? Because I kept coming in to Bake True North because I wanted to meet you. Your staff is phenomenal. The place is amazing. The food is just bar none, the best that we've had. Thank you. Finally, you're here and you brought us goodies. So welcome to the Jagoff Late Night.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And you don't feel stalked, right?
I don't feel stalked. I have an amazing staff, and we're just growing big enough that I can sneak away from here and there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was my timing, no question. But so if people don't know, it's this great little space on Route 19 in the North Hills, which is where I live as well. And so I told you, initially it was like, I want to support local. I knew that you were vegan and you do dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan, all these great, yummy things. People had been buzzing about you throughout the neighborhood and throughout the community. And I was going for something for a holiday gift for my sister-in-law, whose daughter has celiac. So I was like, this is perfect. They were so accommodating to someone who didn't know, like, well, maybe something is gluten-free, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have dairy, or maybe, the whole game that we have to play. So what is the impetus behind?
Right. Well, so we're 100% dedicated gluten-free. Years and years ago, my husband and I both had to go gluten-free for health issues.
Okay.
And the gluten-free community just doesn't get pampered enough. They don't get enough options. So
we need to start something. What can we do? We're going to protest.
So that's kind of our mission, to be able to pamper the gluten-free community. But as you have personally experienced, gluten intolerance, dairy intolerance, egg intolerance, they tend to go hand in hand. So we try to accommodate various allergies as well.
You really do. And it's delicious, I wanted to say. Go ahead.
And as you do this, did you have to be creative? Are there enough recipes out there that you can Google as a baker, as a chef, or you've really found kind of some of the secret sauces for people?
Well, I think there is something to say about secret sauces. I mean, there's a lot out there, but I didn't go to culinary school. This was all me kind of trial and error. I baked with my grandmother as a kid and kind of figured things out when we had to go gluten-free. But there's not a one-size-fits-all in the gluten-free world. It's like, sometimes you want to use a higher starch flour. Sometimes you want to use a higher fat flour, depending on what you're baking. So I don't know. I don't know if your listeners really want the chemistry behind it, because I don't know all the chemistry behind it either. But this is a lot of trial and error. But I brought you something delicious today.
Okay, well, try it. So was that the requirement to get in?
Yes,
I think so.
According to Rachel, it seems like
what is it, Lauren?
Yeah, so this is a slice of our chocolate chip cookie cake. Now, I have to say, everything.
This is your long answer time. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. You're chewing and I'll talk. But everything started with the chocolate chip cookie. That's like where my heart is. My dad and I have a penchant for chocolate chip cookies. And the secret behind this is it's actually grain-free as well. It's almond and coconut, keeps it moist, almond and coconut flour. But everything started with the chocolate chip cookie, and that's still our number one seller at the bakery right now. And during the holidays, we do these big cookie cakes that are chocolate chip cookie cakes with frosting. I think frosting just adds a little extra fun to it.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, so fantastic. And it is so true, because everybody has a story about a chocolate chip cookie, and
Everybody
this is
does.
fantastic. So you have just honed in on your craft. And how did the menu expand?
Oh, great question. So
Thank
like
you.
I said, everything started with the chocolate chip cookie, and I honestly thought we would always only do chocolate chip cookies. Like, that's all the world would want, because that's all I wanted.
Right.
But it was just people asking for things like, hey, have you ever made a lemon bar? Well, no, but maybe we could figure it out. And we figured it out. Oh, could you make a cinnamon roll? Well, probably. Let's, play around with it. And there are a lot of resources online, which is really where I started. You start with a recipe and you're like, well, this isn't really working. Maybe I'll tweak this and tweak that. And then you find something that's delicious that people rave about and they come back for, and you're like, okay, we'll go with this.
I love it.
This is
Lauren,
so
where
awesome.
can everybody find you and follow you? Social media and
Really, it's
ordering and
delicious.
all that good stuff. Delicious, right?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, we are on Perry Highway in Ross Township, and we are open there Wednesday through Saturday. But you can find us online, bakedtruenorth.com. It's baked True North, and I say baked with a D. It's hard to catch. It's like
right, because of
people,
that DT.
we're not a weed shot.
Right.
We are actually a bakery. But if you think about it that way, you'll get the spelling right.
Right. That is so true. And get on the mailing list, because I love getting your e-blasts. I mean, I'm addicted. I'm not kidding you. I am a complete stalker. Did you bring us a junk drawer gift? I can't remember.
I did not. Well, this is my gift.
I'll take your junk anytime, Lauren. Lauren, John, do you have a question of the day? Because I got it.
I do have a question of the
All
day.
right.
All right. It is opening day as we're recording this for the Pittsburgh
I
Pirates.
saw.
So talk about how exciting your opening day was.
Oh, wow.
That was good, John.
It was pretty exciting. June 24th, 2000. Well, actually, that's opening of the storefront, I will say. We've been in business 9 years, but our storefront opened just under 3 years ago. And it was amazing. Our building is groovy. It's got this 60s feel to it, and we leaned in hard to the 60s vibe. So we had a blast welcoming the gluten-free and the local community in.
Love it.
Lauren, perfect. Look, we have 9 seconds left to pitch out to. Thank you so much for coming with us. And in the meantime,
Absolutely.
here's a little message from People's Gas. It's John and Rachel.
And I'm Nick with People's Natural Gas.
And this is a Jag Brag.
Well, it's been a chilly winter here in Western Pennsylvania, but our team at People's has been working around the clock to keep you safe and warm without busting your budget.
We at Peoples believe that everyone deserves the peace of mind to keep their homes warm during the cold winter months. Just like extra layers of clothing protect us from the cold, we have our customer assistance programs that protect people in need.
Layers. I could use layers right now. Like what?
First, we have a program that's open to all income levels, budget billing, which spreads peak season costs over the course of the year. CAP is our main program. It provides an income-based monthly payment to provide a more predictable bill. Our team also helps customers apply for grants from the Dollar Energy Fund and LIHEAP, which can further help cover winter heating costs.
Well, these are good layers, and those are good programs to help make big bills into smaller bills. What about if people have issues with their home that they need to fix?
Yeah, we do that too. You might be eligible for weatherization upgrades, which make your home more energy efficient, saving you money. And Peoples provides emergency repair assistance to help cover critical heating system repairs to help keep you warm through the winter months.
Well, Danielle, now I feel all layered up, ready, so bring on the cold.
Great. Well, if you or anyone you know needs help keeping your home warm this winter, please give us a call, 1-800-400-WARM.
You can also go to peoples-gas.com. We have a program finder there that's quick, free, easy to use, anonymous. You can find out what programs you're eligible for. We're here to help you make lives better for everyone in our community.
It's John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night. Welcome back. And we've not done this before, but we have 3 amazing women who we want to chat with. And we had no idea in what order we could put them and how long we could talk to them. So we thought when there are 3 amazing, smart, talented women in a room, let's put them all together. So welcome to these lovely ladies, Michaela, Beth, and Caily. And we will get into all of their stories. But ladies, we are going to break the ice with, did you bring us a junk drawer item? Like, we're literally starting with that. Michaela, you have watched this a million times. What is your junk drawer item, Michaela?
My junk drawer item is a sticker of a pink motorcycle.
Oh, very clever.
That's a good teaser.
That's a great teaser. Yes.
Michaela's gonna talk about.
Okay, fantastic. Beth, is yours a teaser or no?
No, I brought one for both of you.
Oh.
Because I couldn't decide.
Okay.
So here is a keyboard cover that did not fit my keyboard, but I kept it.
Smart. Yeah, I love the stories behind. Yes.
And this is a pointer for when you have to do slides when you're doing a presentation that I never used.
Oh, thank you.
Your
John,
cat
we'll have
will
to,
also
thumb
like that.
wrestle over
Oh,
which
yeah.
one of
It
us.
also makes a good cat toy.
Okay, fantastic. And Caily, what did you bring us?
So I eat Altoids all the time, but I brought the can for you because it's something you can reuse.
John, perfect.
And it's also very
And,
recyclable.
We're going. Is that a teaser to what you're going to
That's a
talk
teaser,
about
John.
as well? Right.
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
we'll pass that down. All right. So here we go. So
It's our
first of all,
offering.
welcome to the Jagoff Late Night. And Michaela's always behind the scenes here. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing. So a brief overview. We'll go down the line as far as what everybody's doing.
Well, I'm here because I have some great people in my life who gave me some connections, gave me some insight in what I can do with some of the other media work that I do, outside of Jagoff Late Night. So my capstone project, which was a documentary about stereotypes in the motorcycle community, it's called The Pylon, will be showing at the Lindsay Theater on May 1st.
We're so excited, and we definitely want to dive a little deeper into that. And next to you is somebody you would need to know as well, Michaela, as you continue your climb through the media world. Beth Caldwell, welcome. We've not had you ever in
I've
our
not
9
been here.
years.
And this is so close to where I live, too. I'll have to come up every Friday.
There you go.
I like
I mean,
the whole happy hour night.
It is a
Yes.
cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
Just sort of elevator pitch. Tell us about yourself.
Well, most people know me from my women's organization, Pittsburgh Professional Women. And this year, I've been asked to be the honorary chairperson for the Alzheimer's Association of Western Pennsylvania for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's a big title. I'm not used to that yet.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Right, but I'm the
Congratulations.
chairperson for the walk this year, which happens in October.
All right, awesome. And to your left, we are in the sustainability month of all months. So welcome, Caily. Tell us why you're here.
Yeah, I'm here with Allegheny CleanWays, which I'm lucky to be the executive director of. And Allegheny CleanWays is a nonprofit that for 25 years has focused on eliminating litter and illegal dumping all throughout the 130 municipalities that make up our great county of Allegheny.
Which is so fantastic because we talk all the time on Jagoff Late Night about how Pittsburgh has gone through so many transitions to the good. We always have room to grow, right? But ultimately, the fact that years ago, students would leave here, go to other schools, and never look back. And now we are getting people who want to come here for our education, for our healthcare. But also, we are no longer that smog-filled city, and we are really making efforts, I think, at doing a better job. So how long has this even been around?
So Allegheny CleanWays has been around for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And in that time, we've picked up over 7 million pounds of litter. Wow.
Just here?
Just in Allegheny County.
Wow.
And we've picked up enough tires, because I'm sure you've all
I read
seen
that.
tires like thrown on the side of the road or like on your hike, that if you stack them up horizontally, they would be 1 1/4 the height of Mount Everest or 7 cathedrals of learning.
That was a good, Pittsburgh needs that little nudge
to make
of
it localized.
how it relates. Yeah. Wow, that's a great statistic. And Beth, so now as we're kind of going back, you noticed I went this way. Tell us a little bit about how long have you been doing what you're doing? Because there are so many amazing women's organizations now, and you have spearheaded this one so that people could really know the power that women have in businesses. So talk a little bit about how you started.
So this December will be my 20th anniversary of Pittsburgh Professional Women. At the time I started it, my kids were very young, and I'm divorced. And if you wanted to learn something for business, you had to go to New York or Los Angeles or Las Vegas. And I had taken my kids over to the History Center for a local author event. And I met all these authors from Pittsburgh. And when I was driving back home across the Fort Pitt Bridge, I thought, we could do this here. And that was the whole start of it. Right before I got into the tunnel, the business started. Right before I got off the exit, the business started. And we've had speakers, we've done breakfast, lunches, dinners, cocktail hours, weekends, all kinds of different educational presentations for business owners.
Nice. And Beth, we have to follow up as far as, how you've upcycled yourself as far as, going on with that theme. But in the meantime, Caily, you are one of our proud Jagoff team members, and we appreciate that. But here you are, you created this movie as your capstone project, and now you're going to be doing it at the Lindsay Theater. But talk about the impetus behind that movie.
Yeah, so riding a motorcycle was always on my bucket list, and I was fortunate enough to meet someone I worked with that was big into the community. So the story that started the pylon was I had to order a custom part for my bike, and I didn't know how to put it on. So my friend trailered it up to a dealership with me. And so we go, and as I'm showing them the bike, I'm like, oh, this is what it is and everything. You have to wait, right? Just like when you go get something done with your car. So we're walking around the showroom and looking at different bikes, and a sales associate starts making conversation with us. And they kept asking about the bike in the shop. And they kept talking to my friend who was a guy. And I said, it's mine. It's my motorcycle. And I didn't just have to say it once, I had to say it 3 times. And that kind of lack of attention, caught my attention, and I thought, are other people experiencing this, right? It's not, long form journalism isn't just about my experience, but the wondering if it was happening to other people and what they had to say about it. And men and women are interviewed in the pylon. So,
well, I think that's a great point, because your end result was motorcycles, but you could really insert any situation and see that this could be happening. And so what you're doing for other people is amazing, and I'm excited to see. How long is the capstone? How long is the movie?
It is feature length. So my master's of fine arts at Duquesne took 4 years. It was 2 years of classes and then 2 years working on this. And you either do a written thesis or you do a capstone project. So I decided to do documentary because I love video and photo. It's feature length. It's an hour and 15 minutes. So,
wow, that's awesome. Caily, back to you. Hearing Caily, as a young person in our city, are you noticing, is there a generational piece to what you're doing in terms of people were so wasteful, myself included? I'm 48, I look so much more now on how aware people are of how they need to dispose of waste and things of that nature. Is this an educational piece? Does our youth have a better understanding than maybe my generation?
Well, Rachel, I think that things are changing. Even since I was in high school, they say that the rates of single-use plastic production has almost doubled. And that's honestly a lot of the litter we're finding is single-use disposable plastics. So the education around litter is changing. And I do think that the youth are more sensitive about consumption. There's there's a trend toward thrifting for clothes with younger kids right now, and also just being more conscious about purchases. But the work that we do at CleanWays is really to try to connect how the things that we purchase and the things we consume, when we throw them away isn't it's not like a world that you never visit. It's a landfill, or it's the side of a highway, and it degrades into just finer and finer bits of plastic until it enters our waterway. So I think that educational piece, the youth are really interested in, and they gravitate toward that. But I think we're all learning a bit more about really what is the plastic epidemic really doing in our community? How is it affecting our health, the health of wildlife, and how can we make better consumer choices?
Cool. Now you guys are gonna stay for one more segment right here, right? Okay. So, all right. So, Caily, where can they find more about your movie, real quick?
You can log on to thelindsaytheater.org for the upcoming events.
And Beth, before we go to break, where can they find you?
PittsburghProfessionalWomen.com.
And Caily?
AlleghenyCleanWays.org.
All right. We're gonna take a break and come back and talk a little bit more how you've all upcycled and changed yourselves. This is John and Rachel, you Jagoff Late Night.
Cool. The best thing about it is now I have a life. I got weekends off, nights off, and just learning new skills in life. I think that's the coolest thing, is being able to take home what I learned on the job site and be able to do that at the house. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be just coming out of high school, graduating from college, or like me, you've been in a business for so long, you just wanted a change. And the pension is great, the health benefits are great, and the time you get to spend home is great.
It's John and Rachel. Where you at? Well, we are in Brentwood, and we are in quest of this trophy. Drop the puck on cancer. You guys, you had such an impact on us last year at this tailgate that we wanted to know a little bit more. You are on target to go over $1 million earned for this amazing organization. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been incredible. I mean, it started out as just a fundraiser to raise a couple $100, and now we're on the verge of like 1.3 million. I mean,
just a little
who
number.
would have thought?
Yeah. It's April the 5th, right?
April 5th.
Over our shoulder, this complex, it's going to be completely packed. What can they expect on that day?
You're going to regret it if you don't stop. You're just going to see good hockey, prizes, baskets that are just incredible. I mean, some baskets are worth over $2,000.
I think you'll find community. That's what we do. You'll see one small community, and everyone comes out. We have class groups that call Matt up and say, hey, when's Drop the Puck? We want to plan our reunion.
Behind us is Brentwood High School. Is there a significance to that building?
Well, yes, there is. That's kind of where it all started, and this is...
It's Rachel and John. We're back to late night. And again, we have something a little different. We have a panel of folks to discuss things about women in business. So when we left, we had Caily, we have Beth, and we have Caily. And we're all talking about about their businesses. And Caily has a story about upcycling and recycling. And Beth, 25 years you've had your business. 20? Okay. And so I aged you a little bit. Sorry about that. But the fact is that over those 25 years, how have you 20 years? Yeah. Over those 20 years, how have you changed your focus as far as, had things gotten better that you are okay to change the focus of your business as far as what you're teaching women about business? Or is it we're still beating the same drum and we're not getting very far ahead?
The first. Yeah, okay. The first, for sure. So I think that how I've personally changed, and then because I'm the leader, right, it falls, down and out to the other people, is the trusting yourself and believing in yourself. That would be one thing. And that, because when I started this business, I did it as a divorced mom. I didn't have any time to worry about what will people think, will this work? I just started doing things. And a lot of people hesitate to start their businesses or to do something different because they worry so much about what other people will think, what they will say. But I would say the biggest way that I've personally grown is the criticism. Criticism used to crush me. And now I get criticized and I don't even remember what they said a few minutes later. I've really had to work on that. And I think by me working on that, I've been able to teach other women too.
Oh, for sure. That's a great point, because I think I'm a journalist at heart, and you have to have a thick skin or forget it, because that's the world, especially as we've evolved into the world we're in as journalists. You guys are all doing unique things right now. Obviously, Michaela, we've talked a couple of times about the Lindsay Theater and what that experience is going to be like. So May 1st, we're all going there. Everybody in this room, we better see you. And people out there in audience land, May 1st, what's the deal so that we know what we can expect? So it's a feature-length film.
It is. It is also free. You just have to RSVP, so we get a count.
How about
and
that?
then we are also, the Lindsay Theater does BYOB. So there is a corkage fee of about, I think it's $12. So you can call them if you're not sure. BYOB, so bring beer, wine, get some snacks, watch the movie, and then afterwards we'll be doing a Q&A. And some of the people in the documentary are coming, which will be great because then you can ask them questions too, and it's not just me.
Yeah,
so.
and it's a JAG event, so you'll see it all over our socials. And Caily, back to you, because obviously we all want to do our part all the time, right? But April ends up being that month that everybody really kind of puts the emphasis on being cleaner, being smarter about the things that we're doing. What events, how can we be helpful, and what are events that you have coming up?
Yeah, well, Allegheny CleanWays has a month full of events for you to hop onto and help out. For one, we're going to have a big litter cleanup in Hazelwood, and that's going to be a bit of a block party vibe. We're going to have like beanbag toss and some food and snacks, and we're going to do a walking tour down to Hazelwood Green and learn a bit about the impact of plastic on water, and then potentially some boat tours as well. That's April 19th, and you could register at our website, AlleghenyCleanWays.org. We're also going to have an event on Earth Day proper, which is Tuesday, April 22nd, with Goodlander cocktails.
Okay, wait, I love that you said Earth Day proper, because, you know, as a kid, that was it. It was April 22nd is Earth Day, period. And
Now
that's
it's
the
the
day,
month.
like, you clean up and you do, yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, if you want to just celebrate Earth Day proper, you can come out on Tuesday with us at Goodlander Cocktails. We're going to be doing a litter walk around the community, and then we're going to end, and everyone who signs up to volunteer, they get one free cocktail donated by Goodlander Cocktails.
That's such a good idea. That's such good incentive for people to get out and do good things. So Beth, you sort of dropped on us whenever we started talking to you that you have a very long title now, because you were bestowed this title with the Alzheimer's, what is it, Alzheimer's Association
of Pennsylvania.
And there's an event coming up, you said, in October, correct?
Right. It's the Walk to End Alzheimer's. And I'm so proud of this walk because we raise a lot of money here in Pittsburgh with a very small amount of people. But there are walks all across the country. But a large amount of the money that's raised by the other people comes here to work on the study at the University of Pittsburgh. And that makes me really happy. So when I went down for my training, I met people from Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Washington and Oregon, and they're walking, and a lot of the money is coming here for this really important research.
Well, and Pittsburgh loves Pittsburgh, as Rachel always says. So, you know, we want to be number one in everything. So
Absolutely.
It's time to help you be number one in what you're doing, right? So where do people go to register? Can they register this early at this point?
We have over 100 people, or over 100 teams registered to walk. And so you can go to alls.org, or you can, Google me and I'll put you on my team.
Well, I was going to say, John, we actually did that. Do you remember? We podcasted from Highmark Stadium 3 years ago, Trace? 2 or 3 years ago. And first of all, the view there was phenomenal, gorgeous. It was a great event. But last year, I remember the vibe of last year and how everybody felt that it really had come into its own and the people were really recognizing it to be something. And that's what I love about Pittsburgh, is that you see this evolution of people doing good and they're sticking to what they want to do to help. So to me, that's what it's all about.
Did you see the flowers? Did you notice the flowers? And do you know the meaning of the flowers?
No.
It's just so touching. So when you go to the walk, or if you see pictures of the walk, you'll see all the flowers.
Sure.
And they're in the ground. And so it's a garden. It's a memory garden. And if you see a blue flower, that signifies somebody who has Alzheimer's or dementia.
I did know that, yeah.
If you see them wearing purple or having a purple flower, they've lost someone to Alzheimer's. If they have an orange flower, they're a caregiver. And studies show that it takes 4 people full-time to take care of one person with this disease. Yeah. So what else? And I can't remember. Oh, yellow is if you are for research and for ending it. And then the white flower, there's only one of those, and that's set aside for the first person to survive.
Who knew? See? And look, I love that you were like, I'm going to tell you guys what I learned. I met these Arkansas people and I went down for some training, and this Pittsburgh girl knows what's going on. So ladies, it was such a pleasure to talk with you. John has a great question of the day, and obviously he's outnumbered. So do you want to ask the question since you came up with such a good one?
Well, sure. First of all, give each of your websites, starting with Caily.
AlleghenyCleanWays.org.
And Beth?
PittsburghProfessionalWomen.com.
Got it. And Michaela?
For the Pylon, go to the LindsayTheater.org. But if you want to see some behind the scenes of the other media work I do, my Instagram is media_by_Michaela.
All right. The question of the day. Michaela's watched people squirm for this, but it's not so hard. Opening day. Your opening day may not have come yet because it's about to come. Tell me how excited you are for opening day.
I'm really excited. I mean, the support I get from you guys and other people in the community, and of course I have to shout out, the media department at Duquesne University has been really awesome. And the way the motorcycle community has shown up for this project as well. It's not all a bunch of leather-cladded bullies. Like, we're pretty normal.
That's why I put this on. I
We're
got out
normal.
of my normal attire.
You don't want to intimidate everybody.
And Beth, what about your opening day? You kind of alluded to that as you were coming through the Fort Pitt tunnels, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me about how exciting that was. As a divorced mom, that exciting, I'm sure, opening day.
I think the most exciting thing about it was all the people who said, yeah, sure you are.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, it's this big organization.
Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Caily, opening day.
I think we could talk about opening day of Earth Month.
There
which
you
just
go.
passed this week.
Nice.
And, it's kind of a hard issue that we're dealing with, all this litter around. But I think by the end of April, you'll look around and be like, wow, look at what all these local volunteer groups have come together to make possible.
Caily, you will not be inspecting our junk drawer items, right? Because we've kept them out of they're in our junk drawer. We've kept them off of the landscape.
I'm glad.
We're
glad
smart.
they're not.
You don't know what some of these people. I mean, we have had pregnancy tests. We received our first bullet last week. I'm not kidding. Somebody gave us a bullet that was this big, and I've never seen a bullet up close. So it was very interesting. But recyclable, who knows? But ladies, it was such a pleasure. We've never done this before. We really appreciate that you were here with us and that you could take the time to talk. You're all doing amazing things, and I hope that everybody takes the time to really check out what you're doing and visit your websites and your social media and just realize all the gems that we have in Pittsburgh. So thank you so much. Up next, we get to have one of our favorite musicians who has given us so many other musicians. I like to call him Cole Swindell, but it's Mike Swindell. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night. That was great. Thank you.
Plumbing. KB Plumbing. KB Plumbing. Ben! Wow.
What are we doing in here, John?
Ben, I can't get this to go. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. I need like 22 liters per minute come out of there when I shower.
22 liters per minute.
Yeah.
Well, you got the wrong shower head.
Okay.
22 liters per minute.
All right.
So what you want to do is there's a couple different options. Get rid of this guy. You can get yourself one with a nice one.
Yeah.
You got stuck in this tight space. That would
That
definitely work for, a little undercarriage cleaning, if you know what I'm talking about.
I got you. Yeah.
Get rid of this, get one of those, and then you should be ready to go.
Oh, man.
Can you watch where you're at next time you call me?
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, thanks, pal.
It's John and Rachel, and this is an episode of Where Ya At, Greenfield style. Joey and Hera, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad that you guys came to Greenfield.
And you're going to give us the grand tour because we are celebrating. It's sort of celebratory. The book is a celebration, but we are reminding everyone about the book because it has been 5 years since COVID struck, and the premise of the book is that you spent a lot of time with your mom.
Yes, I quarantined with my 93-year-old mother in her nursing home for 85 days in 2020.
And so we're touring Greenfield because this is where your roots are, and this is where you and your mom did a lot of things.
And one of them is right here behind us, Big Jim's in the Run. We used to come here at least every week, and one of her favorites was the wedding soup. Because there's no ramp out front, she was in a wheelchair, and I would bring her in through the kitchen. I'd wheel her through the kitchen. She liked that because she got to see.
It's late night, you Jagoff Late Night, in our last segment. As long as we've done the podcast, we've always dedicated ourselves to local musicians. Mike Swindell, back to you. You are here for the big time when I fell down the steps, but we'll talk about it another time. But let's get right. Let's get right to it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and did you bring us a junk drawer?
Yeah, I did actually. You know what? This was something that. Now this is literally in my junk drawer. So I was like scouring around.
Are you too young to know what it is?
No. This is
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if it's from my childhood or whatever.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm like, that's too cool.
In the 60s, they were Wishnick dolls.
Okay.
But then they came back as trolls.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
That's basically that.
I love it.
It's like good luck a little bit.
It is good luck. Yes, that's exactly right. I said that we joke and call you Cole Swindell. When you first came on, you blew us away. You did an amazing job with us. We were so excited to hear you perform. And then, like I said, Tracy has really relied on you to get us some other musicians. Yeah. So you're here because you're performing new song. What can we know about this song?
I'm putting out some singles coming up. I have about 3 coming out. This one's called My Awakening. I was gonna do a new one. I'm gonna do this one anyway. So
okay.
I love the fact that everybody in this audience thinks you're so calm right now until you start to sing.
Oh wait, it is high energy.
World. Get ready. You'll
world.
want his
it's
music
like
for your
metal,
treadmill. Yeah, I love it. So
wait.
And where, just in case people have to, cut out or whatever, where do they find your music?
At Mike Swindell Music.
There you go.
It's easy enough. 2 L's.
Handle. Yeah, 2 L's.
Yes.
2 L's.
Yeah.
All right.
Performing anywhere, anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm doing another podcast coming up on.
There are no other podcasts.
That's right. Yeah.
Cut it.
Who
Don't
invited him?
The dessert.
Tracy. God. Right. Anyway, Mike, we're excited to hear the song, but we do have a question of the day in typical Jag style. So, what was that opening day like? Maybe your first performance?
From someone's backyard, actually. I was thinking about that. I'm like, what was that? Because my brain wasn't going.
Sure.
But yeah, someone's backyard. We boxed before, actually. It was like a boxing match.
Who doesn't
just
do that?
My friends.
A little sparring.
There was a video of it, yeah, but we just.
The Steigerwalds.
And the amps kept going out. They were cutting out. It was a nightmare. But yeah.
Of course it was. That's all, everybody's first whatever is there's some kind of nightmare.
That's awesome.
Listen, we absolutely adore your work ethic, your grind, and we can't wait to hear this song. But before we listen to your song, we get to check in with one of our favorites, delivering the 412 dues. It's Jeremy and Angie with Discover the Berg.
Hey everyone, Jeremy and Angie from Discover the Berg here, and we are bringing you the 412 dues for the week. It finally feels like spring in Pittsburgh because it is officially baseball season. Today was the home opener for the Pirates, and we're just so excited for the upcoming season. This week's a great week to go check out baseball because they're having a 6-game streak at PNC Park. I actually got to go check out a media preview this week and got to try out some of the new foods, and I'm really excited about one of them in particular, the Polish cannonballs that are essentially just deep-fried halushki balls. It's the perfect baseball food. But if you want to go see a game, now's your chance. We have 5 more games this weekend through Wednesday, so head down to PNC Park. If you want something a little bit more classic and traditional that is a bit unusual also, CMU's having their spring carnival this weekend, and the buggy races are having their finals on Saturday. The buggy races started out as like a 100-year-old tradition where people just push students in carts around Shinley Park.
But it's so crazy to me that someone is in that.
Yeah.
Like so there's a person in it.
So over the years, all the buggies have become like these aerodynamic, tiny carts. So they have a pusher and a driver. But when you see them, just remember there's a person inside the buggy race thing. So that's going on Saturday as well. It's a fun event. So Angie, what about food?
Well, so there's a lot of seasonal food things opening back up.
Yeah.
So one of those is the Time Machine. So this is a breakfast food cart, food stand right in the heart of Bloomfield on Liberty Avenue. So they have breakfast sandwiches on homemade bread. So think eggs and meats and veggies, and it really hits the spot.
Oh, it's so good.
Another thing that is, of course, our favorite is Annie's. Can't talk about seasonal openings without thinking about them. So this is one of our favorite ice cream places in Pittsburgh. So it's like a walk-up window on Green Tree Road area. And I mean, the
small batch, hundreds of flavors.
Yeah, the flavors
so
change. Like they could change multiple times in a night because they just have smaller batches and there's just so much. But we really like all of like the candy kind of sugary type base flavors. So one of my favorites is cookie butter. Just had that this week.
Burnt honey, it's so good. Yeah, Annie's is the best, but you can never really predict their flavors because they only ever have like 3 on at all times, and then the rest rotate. And then coming up next week, what about beer?
Yes, it is the Three Rivers Beer Week, April 9th through the 13th. So this is a great event supporting a lot of local breweries in the Pittsburgh Brewers Guild. So there's a lot of different special events at a lot of the local breweries. One of the best is the Imperial Brunch this year, going to be held at Piper's Pub. So that's all focusing on barrel-aged stouts and stouts. So
that's so good. Yeah, so check out the website, Three Rivers Beer Week. They have a lot of great programming throughout next week as well. That's it for us for the week. This is Jeremy and Angie bringing you the 412 News. We're Discover the Berg, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Mike Swindo. I'm on your Jagoff podcast, and this will be my new single. I'll be releasing it probably at the end of spring, and it's called My Awakening. Stuck to my lines, now I'm going off script. Give me my voice, no I'm not done by a mile. No, I'm not giving up like that, yeah. Yeah, I'm broke down and tired, but I hold my head high as I look through the skies. No, I'm not done by a mile. No, I'm not giving up like that, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll tell you the rest when I know my lines. Yeah, the backlight is on me, and I'm ready to shine. Let's put on a show. Yeah, the curtain will drop, but our tales will live on through our creation. I'm not giving up like that. No, I'm not giving up like that. No, I'm not giving up. Yeah, I fight like hell, my heart's beating all the odds, and I broke out of my shell. No, I'm not done by a mile. No, I'm not giving up like that, yeah. Now let's cut to the chase, I'm living on borrowed time, and it's time to embrace all that come my way. I'm not done by a mile. No, I'm not giving up like that, yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, and I'll tell you the rest when I know my lines. Yeah, the backlight is on me, and I'm ready to shine. Let's put on a show. Yeah, the curtain will drop, but our tales will live on through our creation. No, I'm not giving up like that. 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 Oh, I'm not giving up like that. No, I'm not giving up like that. Oh, 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 I'm not giving up like that. No, I'm not giving up like that. Oh, like that. Oh, like hey. Nice,
Tired? Are you okay? Are you good? That was such a good job. I told you he's one of our faves.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And don't get on a treadmill when you're listening to him because you will
go fast,
have a heart attack,
and lose
All
weight.
right.
Thank you to all of our guests. It was such a great night. Absolutely support local, all these great organizations, especially the cookie cake that's being left over for me from Bake True North. So support. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Beth Caldwell, and support Michaela.
Yes.
And, Michaela Hall, who helps us here, and of course Allegheny CleanWays.
And Caily Grube. I had to say her last name because I got the correct pronunciation.
Grube
you
is
guys,
Grube.
yes, there you go. It was a great podcast. We appreciate it. Vote for us for Best of Pittsburgh for Pittsburgh Magazine. Just gotta say.
Thank you, Tracy, Michaela, and Johnny, and everybody that helps us put it all
And
together.
we're done.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. Awesome. Thank you.